Hello everybody and welcome to my motorcycle for Lego video. This is actually an older video I made quite a bit ago, but I want to go ahead and put it up on this channel as well, so enjoy. A little bit of background, this was actually done about 2 years ago. It was done in February of 2010. I was in college. I think I was a sophomore in college, and I had been unemployed, but I did a lot of eBay merchanting and flipping and stuff, among other things, to make money. But I was still running kind of low on money, and so I decided to expand my horizons a little bit more. And one of the markets I saw room for profit in was flipping Legos. And just looking at the prices on eBay, I saw you could get bulk amounts of Legos for about like $6 to $8 a pound, and if you made it all pretty and sorted it, you could get about $10 a pound. And so then I decided, well, maybe I'll do that. It's actually pretty difficult to make money flipping on eBay, because you have to, at the ending costs of flipping on eBay is either 9% or 11% right off the top, once you include the final sales fees and PayPal. So anyways, it's pretty hard to make money, but I saw that and I thought, that's a decent way to make money. So I started up this little itty bitty business of flipping Legos on eBay, and I posted a thread on a motorcycle forum that I was on, thinking, most of these guys, they're in their early 20s, so chances are they had Legos. They're really popular. They're still kind of popular now, but they were really popular when I was a kid and when these people were kids. So I figured there'd be a lot of people on these motorcycle forums that had Legos and probably just didn't use them anymore and wouldn't mind the money. So I posted up a thread, and probably in about a week or so, or maybe less, I can't really remember, but it was pretty quick. Somebody contacted me and they were like, hey, look, my brother, he's got a bunch of Legos, and I'll definitely get you in touch with him. So then we started talking, me and this guy's brother, and the guy's like, I've got a lot of Legos. And he sends me some pictures, and I'm like, oh my god. I mean, he had this huge Tupperware like drawer system that had everything was already sorted. It was like he had a bunch of the little characters and stuff. I think it was something like 200 sets, and he had like binders full of the instruction manuals and stuff, and he had a lot of the original boxes. I mean, this was like the most meticulous set I've ever seen in my life. And I wasn't prepared to buy all that. He wanted to sell it for, I think he said he had put it up on eBay for maybe like $4,000 or $5,000 or something like that. He just wanted to sell it all, and I said, well, I can't afford it all. I don't have that much in cash. And he was like, yeah, I just don't really want to part it out, because I was hoping to be able to take parts at a time and sell them, but he didn't, and rightly so, want to split up the sets or that massive collection. So he didn't want to do that, and I said, well, the only thing I have that's of value is my motorcycle, And he's like, well, I'll take that. And I'm like, oh god, And at the time, the motorcycle, it was actually a really nice deal that I got on the motorcycle alone. It was a 2006 model, and it MSRP'd for about $7,000. When I bought it, it only had 300 miles on it, and I got it for $3,500. So it was actually a really good deal on the bike already. But the bike was worth, after by this point I think I'd put on about 10,000. And on a motorcycle, anything, 15,000 is pretty average. Anything over 30,000 is like 100,000 miles on a car. So anyway, at the time, the motorcycle was worth about $3,500 legitimately if I sold it. And but this guy was like, yeah, he was interested in taking a flat trade, just the motorcycle for the Legos. And so I thought about it for a day or so, and just I felt like well, I'm pretty sure I can get $10 a pound, and if it's really 600 pounds, then I mean that's $6,000. So $2,500 more than this motorcycle's worth. Or even if I could sell the motorcycle for $4,000, still $2,000. And so I decided to go through with it. And my initial plan was to actually put the sets together and sell the sets on eBay, because it was worth more, like $12,000 for someone if they did that. But I also knew I could probably sell the whole thing in bulk, and so I ended up accepting the offer, and I accepted it on, I believe, February 15th, and I got to work. I had them in I lived in an apartment at the time, and so I get them out on the ground, and I start putting together a set. And it was probably my mistake. I started putting together this huge Death Star model. Or no, I'm sorry, what was it? Shoot. What was it? It was this Lego Star Wars destroyer. And after putting that together for a few hours, I realized, oh my gosh, I can't do this. And so I ended up just putting the whole set on eBay, and had put up the whole set in or best offer, and within a couple days, really, I got a $6,000 offer for the entire set. And after, like I said, after a mere day of putting that stuff together, I realized that was not for me. And so I accepted the $6,000 offer plus $500 of shipping. And so I ended up going through with that, and yeah. I can't quite explain the feeling. I can try to describe it. But after having, we unload this guy's truck. He shows up in this truck full of Legos. We unload his truck and throw all these Legos, get them all into my apartment, and we load up the motorcycle into his truck. That's that. We sign the bill of sale and shake hands, and they're on their way. And I go upstairs. They're still making sure everything's tied down, and I'm looking out the window at my motorcycle in this guy's truck bed. And then, as they start driving away, and I see them, gone, and I turn around to an apartment basically full of Legos, and I just can't quite put it into words what that feels like. But that's a very strange feeling to know that you traded your motorcycle for a ton of Lego. So anyway, yes, that was odd, but it ended up turning out quite well. Literally just a 4-day flip for $2,500, not too shabby. For anybody who's interested, the motorcycle was a Kawasaki Ninja 650. But anyway, here's some pictures. This is the bill of sale. I blocked out my last name, and I also blocked out the buyer's last name. I don't think he really wants to be on YouTube. And then also some of the VIN, because again, I don't think he wants his bike on YouTube, although people don't tend to own motorcycles very long. So maybe he doesn't even own the bike anymore. Yeah, bill of sale is kind of funny. It was strange. Like these bill of sales that you get online, like you just type in bill of sale, and I guess it just wasn't prepared for 2010. 'Cause we sold the bike in 2010. But yep. Anyway, that's that. Just thought I would share that with you guys. I think it's pretty funny. This is the eBay listing that was up there. You can't really find it on eBay anymore. They just don't keep that stuff for as long. But I kept in contact with the woman who bought it, and she told me whenever the truck pulled up, she was like, why is it in a truck? I don't understand, because the picture really doesn't do it justice. You don't quite see how much Lego this really was. I mean, that's a raised bar, really, and you can see the binders. That was all the construction manuals, and you can see all the little Tupperware containers and stuff, and then those bins are just full of Legos, but you still don't really understand how much Lego that really is until you see it in person. But anyway, when she got it, she immediately called me and was like, "Oh my God, this is so much Lego," and and she was real happy. And I forget what she said she ended up selling. I mean, she parted everything together, kind of like what I was doing, but she was much better at it. I guess she had a whole room in her house dedicated to putting Lego together. And I think she told me, I mean, over $20,000 is what she made putting it together. And I believe it because everything, like I said, all the construction manuals were in there, and there was like this Excel sheet of all the sets. And I went through and looked up each of the sets on eBay and priced them. And it was a lot of money. You could have made a lot of money putting it together. But whew, I was definitely not, that wasn't for me. This is the receipt from the shipping company. The shipping was actually a huge ordeal. It was really difficult to find somebody that would ship this because the weight was too high for the, obviously, Postal Service, UPS, FedEx. None of them would ship this for me. I believe UPS and FedEx would have if I had a commercial address, but for whatever reason, because like they would only deliver for businesses, like that weight for businesses, not for a resident. I'm not quite sure why they do that, but that's the case. And so I had to find a bulk shipping company that would like do this for me. And so as you can see, the date of this receipt here is actually March 2nd, which is, I mean, weeks after the final sale of the Lego. Luckily, the buyer was pretty patient with this whole thing, and I believe shipping actually turned out to be more than $500, and she still paid it, so that was really nice of her. Yeah, shipping was just a pain. I think they took like 2 weeks or something just to even get to her. Like they kept, I guess a truck, I can't remember what the story was. The guy was telling me, he's like, oh, well, one of our truckers got sick or something like that. But I'm like, well, you guarantee, like, because I think we shipped it with like a 2-week guarantee or something like that, and it didn't make it, you know, so that was kind of annoying. So I would not recommend Pack and Send. I'm not even sure if they're still in business. So anyway, that concludes the classic Motorcycle for Lego technique. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for your support, your subscriptions, and until next time.